I don't think anyone's going to disagree with me. I think our health care is probably the number one concern for the elderly, for that growing population. Again, we hear so many people say, if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. But when I think of health, I see it on it's a multifaceted issue. So often we think of health as just our physical health and either the positives or the negatives of that and how they may affect us. But I see it so much more than that. And I think this is where we have left far too much responsibility to the governments and to other agencies that we have grown dependent upon. We also have to take a look at our emotional health, our mental health, our spiritual health. All these things together define and make up who we are and how effective and how positively we're going to be able to continue to not only interact but contribute to our society. Yes, we can have physical disabilities, but if we're still very strong and healthy mentally and emotionally and spiritually, those things can keep us in a position to contribute and to serve. You know, I think so many people can learn so much more by sitting beside the bed of someone who is at the end of their life, and experiencing and sharing and listening to that individual, and so much more than if you're out having a coffee with somebody, because it's real and it's something that can't be robbed from them. So much else in our lives when we get into our senior years are sort of preconceived and put in place for us, and I don't think we take enough control back for ourselves and making decisions that are good for us. We just seem to fall into this model of what we're supposed to be, and I think that can contribute to a demoralized spirit and how we see ourselves in society, and we kind of settle for so much less than what we could be because of those preconceptions.